The main transformation I've experienced personally in working with Vanessa is really enjoying who I am and enjoying my current life while continuing to be ambitious and bring new things to life. So previously, I would work from such a space of deficit and scarcity, always striving. And I just didn't want that anymore for my life. And with Vanessa, she's all about celebrating who I am, celebrating where I'm at, and letting the journey be fun. So, in working with Vanessa, I've actually brought an entire new business to life, which is a huge undertaking, but I did it very smoothly, very softly, very playfully, enjoying every moment of it. And a huge reason why I was able to do that is because she focuses on so much celebration, so much meeting ourselves where we're at, and not in a soft place. I found power in that. It wasn't just like, oh, everything's good as it is, so we'll just chill here and celebrate you. It's like, we're celebrating you, and from that, we're going to help you find your power that is going to make you limitless. I used to be very hard on myself before. I used to have so many deadlines. I used to look at stats a lot, milestones, and it sapped the joy out of the work for me without knowing. Now, after working with Vanessa, I work a lot more creatively and playfully in my work. So I don't have these set milestones that I'm working towards. I'm more focused on how I feel every day in my work. I want to feel creatively lit up. I want to feel inspired. I want to feel impactful. And so in letting go of those rigid milestones and focusing more on how I feel, I end up getting the same amount of success, but I actually enjoy the process in my work and in my business. I didn't want to work with somebody that just had a cookie cutter formula to roll out for me. I wanted to work with somebody that would really meet me where I'm at a human level, and simultaneously help me move forward and really give me that support. And when I came across Vanessa, I intuitively knew. I was like, this is the person I've been looking for. So I immediately reached out to her and signed up to work with her. I felt how real she is in the work that she does, and how she meets her clients at that very personal level. I was done with any sort of fluff. I didn't want any, 6-figure formula this or 10-step that. I was done with that. I really wanted somebody that was wise, somebody that was intuitive, and somebody that would really meet me where I was at while also putting a fire under my butt. So it was really her mix of being very genuine, but then also being very fiery and ambitious that drew me to want to work with Vanessa. One of the biggest pieces of advice that Vanessa gave me in our work was, Victoria, you're going to feel discomfort in life no matter what. You're either going to feel the discomfort of staying in your comfort zone, or you're going to feel the discomfort of choosing to go into your fear. So which flavor of discomfort do you choose? It's going to be there anyway. And that was so transformational for me because I had always avoided discomfort before. I wanted life to feel easy. And in wanting life to feel easy, I would just stay in my comfort zone. I would avoid discomfort. But Vanessa helped me rewire my relationship to discomfort so that it didn't hold the same power over me. So now I do uncomfortable things all the time, especially in bringing a new business to life. It's extremely vulnerable, very ripe for fear to come in. But my relationship with discomfort is different now that it doesn't hold the same power over me. It feels very easy. So I'm outside of my comfort zone, moving forward, doing bold things, but in a way that feels very safe for me. I can now observe the fear response happening in my brain and not let it control my life. So previously, if something made me uncomfortable, or if I got self-conscious about something, it would take over and it would start to drive my behaviors, and I would start to shrink into myself. But now I can just witness it as a fear response. That's a lot of the work that Vanessa and I did. Just witness the fear response happening in your brain, Victoria. And then choose, do you want to give into the fear response, or do you want to decide to do something else? And that's been a huge change for me personally, because I feel it's again that feeling of limitlessness, where if I don't listen to the fear response, then I can just keep moving forward feeling powerful. So this idea of understanding my brain better, understanding the fear response mechanism in my brain, understanding that Victoria, as a powerful sovereign being, can have power over that, has been completely life-changing for me. Before working with Vanessa, something that I had a really hard time with was that I felt like I needed to be something specific in order to be good enough, in order to be successful enough, in order to feel good about myself. I had this image in my mind that I needed to reach. And whenever I was working with previous coaches, it's like I was trying to reach that image, you know, hit this next milestone, and then you'll reach that image and then you'll feel good about who you are. But in my work with Vanessa, it's very much about the joy and the enough-ness of what's already here inside of me. I'm already creative. I'm already a badass. I've already created a life that I love, and picking up on all of the subtleties of that and falling in love with who I am and this life I've already created. Then I'm no longer striving to be this something. I just feel good about who I am right now. And again, that's not a complacency, that actually gives me a power, even more of a creative power to create in my life. So I do see myself very differently. I feel like rather than looking at myself as if I need to be something else, I look at myself more softly, like, yay, I get to be who I am. It's like that part of me that always just wanted to have a good time in my life, but I'd squeezed it out of me for the sake of success, not realizing that that totally wasn't necessary. I can have a really good time, live a life well lived, and have all of the impact that I want to have. I feel more sovereign in myself in this work I'm doing with Vanessa and my relationship with discomfort in a way that spills out into every area of my life. So I no longer take the discomfort personally, and I no longer take fear personally. So whether that's showing up in my business or if it's showing up in my relationships, I don't take it personally and I don't shrink. I just witness it as fear. I witness it as discomfort, and I choose how I want to move through it. So it's brought me so much more sovereignty, because I'm not dependent on other people validating me. I'm not dependent on other people making me feel safe, because I do that for myself now. I recommend working with Vanessa, and you will not regret it. She's a powerhouse. I've loved working with her.